Hello.
Hello.
How are you today, Vosh?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
I'm great. It's been a long time since we chatted.
Yeah, no kidding. We have some time to make up for. I
I
hear
know.
that there are wacky plans on the horizon.
There are. And I would love to just give you and your audience an update on PV in general if you're up for it.
Oh, yeah, please.
So, for those of you who haven't been acquainted with me, my name is Sam. I'm the executive director of Progressive Victory, which we have a long and beautiful history with Vosh and his community, going back to the 2022 elections when we worked together really, really closely. And in about 2 months, created 5,100 shift signups for volunteering in the elections and contacted 290,000 voters. And right after that, 60 people from our community came out to help the senator from Georgia get reelected. And ever since then, we've been doing more and more work. We were active in the Wisconsin Supreme Court race. We helped stop a 15-week abortion ban in Virginia. And now we're gearing up for 2024. And there's a lot of work to do, both in the primaries and in the general.
Yeah, we being me and my community, we've been lazy, we've been sleeping. We got to get back into it. 5 million signups.
Yeah, so our goals for this year are huge. We want to get to 100,000 people in our community, and we want to get to 20 million voter contacts by the end of the election.
I think we can do it. I think we can do it.
I think we can do it. And it starts now, right? So there's a lot of stuff that I think you've mentioned on stream that's really important that's on the horizon. I'm here for a couple of very urgent asks right now. Things that need to get done immediately. Things that need to get done if we want to build progressive power and if we want to see candidates on the left be successful, and also things to do to build for the summer, opportunities that can actually be a career opportunity for folks if they're into it. So should I start with the urgent progressive candidate, or should I start with the career opportunities?
Oh, the urgent one probably sounds important.
Okay. Yes, it is. Okay, so you may be familiar with a person named Summer Lee. Are you familiar with Summer Lee Bosch?
Yes, I am.
Yes, you are. I know you are because I remember the reason why I contacted you so aggressively in the summer of 2022 is because I remember you did a stream about how excited you were when Summer Lee won her primary.
Yeah, she seemed pretty damn cool. And she has a very memorable name, which is great for me because normally I can't keep them apart in my head, you know? All the candidates that are like running across the country. But like that's the key, right? To actual effective politics. It's not like the presidential every 4 years. It's focusing on like those key races when you get the chance.
Yeah, yes. And the amazing thing is that because she is such a good representative, she's been great since she's been in office, by the way. Because she's so effective, they try all kinds of crazy, dirty tricks against her. And right now, her primary is in a couple of weeks, and there are people the big money folks, all the people who don't like her, including AIPAC, are putting up a candidate to try to beat her in the primary. And her primary she is the first primary of a major progressive that major progressive member of Congress in this primary election. And it's really, really close. It's Tuesday. That's her election. It's Tuesday, the 23rd.
I don't know if I'd be able to run out there that fast.
Well, right
Got
now,
stubby
what we're doing
legs.
is you have to run real fast, or you and your audience could come and phone bank with us.
Chat?
We've got a phone bank. Sorry?
Oh no, I'm chat. I'm looking at chat.
Oh,
got to make sure they're paying attention.
Too. Chat, pay attention. We've got an opportunity for a phone bank on Sunday, tomorrow, 1 to 4 p.m. Eastern time. That's 10 a.m. Pacific. Monday, 5:30 Eastern time. That's 2:30 Pacific.
Give me the link. I know you have one, so I can spam it in chat.
Yeah, hold on.
Give me the link.
It's progress.win/Lee. I'm just going to send it to you right now.
Gotcha.
Progress.win/Lee. And then on Tuesday, her election day, 5:30 Eastern time again. And this would be 2:30 Pacific. And the reason why these are so important and so fun is because we can get, like, I don't know if any of you in the audience, any of you who are in chat, if you want to just talk about what your experience is like in a PV phone bank, feel free to do so now. In my experience, it's a party. Everybody's there, everybody's having fun, and then afterward, we jump into a VC and have a game night. We played many a putt-putt after a phone bank. So you should come hang out, meet other progressives, and help elect Summer Lee.
Yeah, no, I again, like, I have heard, like, uniformly, like, not at all mixed, like 100% positive experiences, both in phone banking broadly and in the community, joining with the Discord and everything. If you're watching, you know, obviously this is like a call to, and everyone always rolls their eyes at those a little bit, but I have still, like, over the 2 years that this has been sort of relevant to the community, heard nothing but good things from people who join up and who phone bank and what have you. Those numbers rack up pretty big too, you know? And obviously when it comes to participation and stuff like this, there are never any guarantees for success at, like, the level you're at now, but over the long run, with enough people, like, you get a kind of, like, collective credit for anything good that happens, and on a long enough time scale, often in the case of Progressive Victory, one race, you know, you end up getting to feel good about something forever, basically. You can look, you know, you can look at the legislature and point and go, hey, I did that.
That's right. And that's actually the most important part of democracy, is understanding that you are taking charge not only of your own destiny, but of the destiny of your community and your country. And it's a really empowering feeling. That's what got me into politics in the first place. I've been working in politics for 20 years. And I can tell you, it's because it feels powerful to engage in democracy. It feels powerful. We are surrounded by media telling us that destruction is inevitable, doom is inevitable, everything is going to fall apart, and that we have no power to stop it. And this type of work is the evidence, all the evidence you need to the contrary. And you can feel it in your body. When you do that, you can feel that confidence grow. That's how I feel whenever I get done doing a phone bank. And you can meet other people who feel like you and who are going to be just as excited to do the work. So progress.win/lead. Sign up for a phone bank now. We've got 3 in the next 3 days leading up to her election.
Yeah, I spammed the links. Seriously, guys, those numbers rack up pretty goddamn well. I'd really appreciate it if you guys at least give it a try. Even if you can only do one of the time slots, it would be, you know, enormously appreciated. And I think you'll find it more rewarding than you might expect if you haven't done it before.
And right after Summer Lee, we're also going to be doing phone banking for Angela Alsobrooks, who's running in Maryland. And I want to push Summer Lee because it's a little more urgent, and we can do Alsobrooks a little bit later. But I just want to mention that as well. But we're going to have tons of events coming up over the next month. Or anybody who wants to jump in now, you can get involved now, and then if you like it, you can just keep going. We've got progressive candidates for miles.
Yeah, and it's the easiest, like, it's the easiest place to put your foot down. You know, the most powerful people in local politics are the ones who show up at, like, town hall meetings to loudly voice an opinion, infinitely more powerful than any individual random citizen who just votes in, like, local municipal elections, you know. And this is like that level on an electoral basis, you know, vastly more effective than doom scrolling on Twitter, which I imagine many of you spend most of your time doing anyway. This will be a better use of your time than that.
Stop doom scrolling. Get calling. Summer Lee, so let me tell you about her issues too, because I think that if you're listening and you consider yourself on the left, you're probably going to be pretty excited about this. So here is her record. Her biggest issues are expanding voting rights and access, making sure that anybody who wants to cast a vote can. She signed on to the Green New Deal, Medicare for all. She is a very big protector of reproductive choice. And she's a big sponsor of a universal school meals program. So this is the type of candidate that we need in office. This is the type of representative we need in office, and they're trying to get her out. They don't want her there. We're going to keep her there. Our work is going to do that. So progress.win/lead.
Yeah, 100%. A conglomeration of evil people are all sitting in a cigar smoke filled room with a single light beaming down on a conference table, watching you doom scroll on Twitter, you know, and they're all cackling because you're wasting your time. You know, you're falling right into their plot.
You can picture steepled fingers rapping against each other and on the tabletop as they giggle to themselves in glee at the idea that they'll be able to get candidates like Summer Lee out of office.
Okay, 100%. So speaking of building power.
Yeah. So the second thing I wanted to talk about, this is very, very exciting. The last 2 years, we've mostly been doing things virtually out of our Discord, which is super. I mean, honestly, it's the coolest place that I hang out. I usually just find myself trying to go back there and hang out whenever I have a free moment. So those of you who are a part of the Discord, hopefully you understand what I'm talking about, just how fun it is to spend time with people in there. But we also are expanding our footprint to actual, real, physical grass locations and physical buildings for this year.
Oh, Jesus!
And this is something new for us.
Those grants.
This is a really high priority program. So a lot of the things that we're planning this year involve bringing streamers to locations to turn out huge numbers of people to knock tons and tons of doors, as you know. And I'm very excited to see you at some of these locations.
Oh, no.
Yes, it's going to happen. Chat, we're going to get them out. We're going to get them to show up at an actual location.
after 5 years, I finally have to do it. All right.
I think you have to do it.
I've been shopping lately. Okay, at least I'll be dressed well.
Yeah, as long as your drip is on point, I think you can hold your head high. So anyway, because we are organizing these very large events, we also need to have teams on the ground to prepare. And a lot of the people organizing this are doing so. These types of events are doing so remotely. But we also need to have people who build these local connections with political organizations, who get to know the territory, who get to be experts in canvassing, who can help train the other folks as they show up. We did an event in February that was partnered with Destiny, and where we brought in 300 people just for a listening canvas, where we talked to 300 people. We brought in 300 people and talked to 40,000 voters in just a weekend.
Jesus. Hey, wait,
Yes.
how many people got brought in?
300 people showed up.
Nice.
In February in Cincinnati, Ohio. And the only reason why that worked is because we had a team of 8 people who'd been canvassing for a couple of weeks already and knew the locations and were there ready to train all those people when they showed up. And so we are building a canvas house program across the country in the following states: Pennsylvania, North Carolina, Wisconsin, Montana, Nevada, Arizona, and we're keeping the house in Ohio.
That's all
Let
the
me say that
states.
again.
I think that's all of them.
Yes. And there are a couple more we may add too, right? So Pennsylvania, North Carolina, Wisconsin, Montana, Nevada, Arizona, Ohio. If you are interested in getting paid a very small amount of money over the summer and early fall to knock doors full-time, or not full-time, but 40 hours a week, and do as much work as you possibly can to help elect candidates that represent our values, then you should apply.
Yeah, guys, I highly recommend giving this a shot if you're in the area or if it is possible for you to do this. First of all, just like from a self-interested perspective, this is like a jumping off career point. The knowledge that you gain here can be super useful if you have any interest. Like if you're signing up for any kind of humanities work, if you would plan to do work for an NGO in the future, if you are otherwise unoccupied, at the very least, I'd encourage you to look into it. Because like when it comes to finding jobs, like then and now, it's always been about connections and name dropping and experience. And if you have experience in, say, for example, full-time canvassing in the lead up to a successful election, that is a level of experience that most campaign staffers would salivate over when doing their hiring. It is pretty cool to be given the opportunity. So I recommend you look into it.
This is how everybody gets their start. This is how I got my start. You just go show up and start organizing, and you get drawn into a career in politics if you want it. Right? This is the avenue, and the Democratic Party needs us. The Democratic Party needs you. They have, like, the millennials are all getting old and having babies. They need young people to come in and help manage these elections, and they don't have a pipeline right now. They don't know how to reach young people. They don't know how to reach young people anymore. And they don't understand that this is the place to find motivated people who want to make the world a better place.
Also, I just want to say we're playing ball in a very rigged field right now too, because not only not only do Republicans generally have a bad ground game, a lot of these state Republican parties are running desperately low on funds, and the demographic placement of different voter groups means that canvassing innately favors us, because in urban environments where people are more likely to vote blue, you can hit a bunch of houses in a row, whereas a disproportionately rural grouping of Republican voters makes it virtually impossible to reach them except at the very, very local level. Like, this is a field where we have an advantage too. So the odds of it turning favorably, like, when was the last time anyone heard of a really successful youth-driven ground game by the GOP? I genuinely can't recall. It's almost always done by activist groups, or at the very least Democrats.
And well, this is the Democratic Party is built for a strong field game. That's the basis of our entire operation, the Democratic Party. I'm just telling you that's how it is. The Republicans really don't do as much field organizing as we do. Mm-hmm. But like I said, the labor pool is empty. And we like, if you have ever thought about working in politics, now is the time to get involved, because there's a giant sucking sound right now that the party is trying to hoover people in, and they don't know where to go to find these people. And it's the type of thing that you may not want to work in politics long term. But if you've got nothing else going on and you want to get involved, this is an opportunity. It is. It's how I got involved. It's how I started volunteering on a campaign, and I ended up working for 2 decades now on this, and never looked back. So I can't lie to you all.
That was another job opportunity that just came in on the phone, by the way, from all the canvassing that you've done.
Sorry. So I can't lie to you all that this is not a well-paying opportunity. It's only $500 a month, but everybody gets free food and lodging for the entire time they're working. And it's the type of thing that you can form friendships for life. I'm still friends with all the people I worked with as a 22-year-old on campaigns. I'm now 40, so it's been a long time, but that's how long these friendships can last.
Yeah, also, in fairness, what with the cost of groceries and rent going up, having food and lodging covered plus 500 might just leave people with 500 more than they would otherwise have after.
It's possible.
After a month's work. Yeah, really though, guys, don't think of it as like a regular job opportunity. There are so and so many people watching now. There will be so and so many more people who watch the video when this gets uploaded. Of them, I do not expect 1 in 10 of you to consider this viable. Maybe not even 1 in 100. But if 5 or 10 of you, I mean, like, seriously, like, it is the core effectiveness here, like the potential for effectiveness is massive. And it's not about the phone banking is where everyone gets involved. Phone banking is where everyone dips their toes in, everyone jumps in. This is for the few, the proud, the Marines, okay? For the elite few, you guys, for whom it is viable, at least give it some thought. That's all I ask. Give it some thought.
So I put the application link in the chat if you want to pass that along. And this is going to be, we're going to be reviewing applicants over the next few weeks. So these decisions are coming fast. So if you want to apply now. And if you have any previous Canvas experience, that'll serve you well here. But even if you don't,
somebody in chat wants to know if they can help with phone banking if they're not American.
Yes, you can. Absolutely.
There you go. I'm spamming.
You cannot donate, but you can call voters.
There you go. People in chat are happy.
All right. Well, they should be. I mean, this is the type of thing that if you're just sitting and thinking, oh man, what am I going to do this year? What do I want to do with myself right now? I'm not sure what I need to do. This is the type of thing that could end up starting you in a new direction in life. That's what it was for me. That's what it was for a lot of people that I know. They end up, working, doing deliveries or working at a convenience store or something, and then they start hearing about a political opportunity that gets them excited, and they start volunteering. They get hired, and that's it. They end up having a whole new career path that they would never have guessed.
Yeah, you never really know how that stuff goes, right? I mean, I would certainly know. Very different route. As productivity, commitment, and life responsibility goes, the path that a YouTuber takes, I think, is the exact opposite one that you're laying out. But, nonetheless, the point that you never know how things are going to go, that sticks. Okay,
I want to say those states again one more time. Pennsylvania, North Carolina, Wisconsin, Montana, Nevada, Arizona, and Ohio. And you do not need to live in or near any one of those states to apply. If you're a good applicant and you're accepted, we will get you to those states where you're going to be.
All right. Well, there you go, chat. Free transport too. I really do appreciate
that link in there one more time.
One more time.
Just to give them one more opportunity.
The Google form one, I'm going to hit them with both. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm hitting. All right. I'm typing, or well, I'm copy pasting. There we go. Control V. No, really though, I will continue to hammer the phone banking thing. How many days does it go forward? It goes till
Tuesday, the 23rd.
Gotcha.
Yeah. The night of Tuesday, the 23rd we'll be still calling voters that night on election day, and it's again progress.win/Lee.
Oh, they've got it. Don't worry. There we go. I really do appreciate it, man. I apologize for not having you on earlier. For those who don't know, previous plans that we had to do some immediate on-the-ground canvassing were horribly marred by the candidate just winning. Anyway, and Andy Lee, dabbing on the opposite. A terrible problem to have, but.
It's crazy. The political machines that have structured the Democratic Party over the last 100 years are like falling apart. It's crazy to watch, actually. I don't know if you've covered that at all on your stream lately, but it's like these are institutions that everybody thinks are like untouchable until they fall apart. It's all of a sudden like that.
Yeah, the impression that I get right now, more so than anything, is that the people on top in the RNC is actively like burning to a husk right now. Like with the takeover of the RNC by the Trump organization and then committing like more funds over to paying his legal fees, like active fire situation over there. But on the side of the DNC, I just get the impression that a lot of the people who are doing their campaign game have legitimately no idea what they're doing. Like they're completely waffling. They just absolutely void of any like young leadership in most cases, certainly at a national level. There are
a lot of smart people in the party, a lot of smart people in the Democratic Party. It's not that anybody is stupid. I just think that you're right that there's not a lot of young leadership that the Democrats have access to right now, and I think that we can fix that.
Yeah,
right? The more that
out of touch, you need to constantly replenish the world. Right. 10 years ago was a completely different planet to what it is today. You have to keep.
That's right.
Yeah. Well, we are that. I really hope
the people who get involved now and help the Democrats win now. If we can help the Democrats win, those are going to be the people who end up affecting what the Democrats say and do over the next decade.
Yeah, the DNC is very, very institutionally entrenched, but it's not immutable. And as frustrating as it is right now to see Biden, like, I don't know, dancing over Gaza or whatever else, like, he will die. Everyone dies eventually. And new people come about. And the people who come about who will have that power were the ones who showed up, were the ones that showed up in their spiffy T-shirt, and they're, at 8 a.m., they're the ones who showed up and put in the effort. It's not going to be the people who complained. The people who just complain will always be on the outside circle of power. They're dooming themselves to complain forever because they will never have control over what's actually going down.
Yeah, fighting on Twitter is fun, but when a candidate shows up to their office and recognizes you because you've been doing work, that means that they know that you're the one who helped them get elected. And those are the people they listen to. That's why so many elected officials end up, doing what the rich donors say, because those are the people they end up talking to. But if you start doing work for a candidate as an active volunteer or as a staffer, they understand that you are part of their circle, and they're going to start to listen to you too.
100%.
Okay, thanks, Vosh. Appreciate you having me on.
Thank you. And by the way, I would like it if you could come on more often, maybe as like
I'd be happy to.
Less of an event and more of a just getting the ongoing updates,
Yeah, I would love to. And it doesn't always have to be just business. I know these, if we're making ask after ask, it can get a little bit boring for folks. So I want to make sure that we can also just talk about stuff that people want to talk about and intersperse the asks too. So
yeah, we can play Lethal Company, really give the people what they want. I appreciate it.
Progress.win/Lee. Thanks, everybody at the phone banks. Thanks, Vosh.
Bye.
Bye.
Love that guy. Nobody cares about Lethal Company anymore. Play Helldivers 2. Whoa! They just came out with version 50. Okay? Lethal Company's fun. All right. I really do mean it, guys. I understand. Okay, there are two asks here. One of them, which is the actual full-time work, that's tough. Okay, I understand that. Only a few people who are watching right now would even consider that viable. But for some of you, I know this just as a matter of probability. For some of you, it is viable. And for those people, I want you to consider it. Now, for most of you, the phone banking is viable. And I would strongly encourage you to give it a try, even if it's just for one bit. Consider it like a little, life is a tapestry of the new experiences that we have. Okay, so give yourself the opportunity to do something new. Why is the pay so horrible? Welcome to politics work. PV doesn't have infinite money. They need to get a lot of work done, and they only have, they only have so much to offer for it. They're running pretty narrow margins. Do not think of it as a job. It's a baseline, interesting opportunity. Think of it like a summer retreat where your food and lodging gets covered and you do work. Again, only some of you, only for some of you, it would be viable. Yeah, it's compensation, not a wage. Like an internship? Well, no, because an internship gives the impression that a corporation is just using you for free labor. Progressive Victory isn't being a skinflint. Progressive Victory is just operating off of the grant money that it has. But it needs to get work done. This work isn't being done to enrich a company. This is being done to change the future of the country. There is a moral value in it being done for itself, even if people are volunteering and not being compensated. They are being compensated, of course, in lodging and food and $500 a month, but that's minimal compensation. It is still morally just what is being done. It is for a good cause. Seriously, give it some thought. Where's it getting that grant money? What am I, a wizard? I got to talk to Progressive Victory for that. If you have any questions, join Progressive Victory's Discord, okay? There's a link to it in the thingy, right? Yeah, it's literally on their website. progressivevictory.win/volunteer. There you go. Oh, and by the way, guys, take a look. If I'm not mistaken, that's some of our boys right there. And girls and NBs, blah, blah, blah. Wouldn't contact be Discord? I mean, it's on the damn thing. It worked back in 2022 for Warnock. Back when they called PV22. According to the form, you'll be contacted via Discord. I think you guys should join the Discord anyway, if you have any questions.